If you've ever wondered if God understands what we face on earth, think about St. Paul and what he talks about in his letter to the Ephesians. In it, St. Paul is encouraging and instructing us to draw strength from the Lord and his mighty power. He's writing to the Ephesian people from prison. So yes, he does understand opposition to believing in Jesus and his teachings. When Paul tells us to put on the armor of God, to stand firm against the tactics of the devil, it brought me back to thinking about what it's like to wear ice hockey equipment. The helmet, shoulder and elbow pads, the shin guards, and the gloves. By the time you're finished gearing up, you almost feel invincible. But St. Paul, though he talks about armor that includes a breastplate and a shield and even mentions a sword, these really represent an internal strength that is needed for where the battle is really taking place. St. Paul tells us this when he says, "For our struggle is not with flesh and blood, but with principalities and powers, with world rulers of this present darkness, and with the evil spirits of the heavens." In light of this, I thought about a prayer that a family friend named Christy gave me for my ordination. The prayer concludes, "After turning to you, Lord, I take up my shoes to walk in your ways. Strap on my watch to live in your time. Put on my glasses to look at your world. Clip on my pen to write up your words. And pick up my keys to open your doors." My brothers and sisters, there are all sorts of different objects that we take with us each day. I would also include the rosary in that group. Some, like our friend spoke of, are reminders of God's presence in our lives. But what is most important is what we carry in our hearts, our minds, and our souls. God's indelible and life-giving imprint that came through our baptism, and which is nourished with prayer, the Word of God, the grace of the sacraments of confession and the Eucharist, and through calling upon Him as we begin each day. St. Paul is correct when he states that we need the protection of God to resist evil, to not be discouraged, and to stand firm, holding our ground in the truth of God, allowing us to persevere, to be like ambassadors like St. Paul, boldly proclaiming the mystery of the gospel, with the courage to speak as God teaches us. Beginning in our families, we need to help one another to prepare to meet the challenges of the day and the night. You know, Father Peyton was right when he observed that through the family rosary, he was prepared and strengthened by carrying the Lord and our Blessed Mother wherever he went. May we prepare our families to meet the world in the same way, through praying together, especially the rosary. May God bless you and your families on this holy day.